So what's going on, boys? This is Brian, the Apex Gamer channel, coming to you live, not live commentary, but live on this YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute since I put up a UFC 3 gameplay video. It's because I honestly do not play the game I almost never play the game. Like, if I play the game, it's to create content or to check in on a new patch to see what changed, to look at the notes, look at what might have been different, see a new character model if it goes in the game. So it's rare. It's rare. So I decided today that I was going to give it a good old college try. I'm not jumping into ranked because it doesn't really matter, and I don't like some things about ranked. Mainly when you get to level 5, Division 5, you lose sight of the opponent's HUD. I don't like that. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who your favorite YouTuber is and how they try to explain it as being more whatever it is. I don't like it personally. I don't play games with ambiguous systems to not know how someone is performing at that moment and know what. I don't like having less information. To me is never a good idea. Having more information is always better. If you can see put it like this. I played Kingdom Hearts a lot as a kid. And when I was young, I used to set up my character wrong. So I wouldn't get scanned until I was like level 10. And you know how hard it is to fight Leon in Traverse Town when you don't have scan? You just don't know where he is health-wise. So you don't take chances. You don't take opportunities. You play defensive and you end up losing. It's because you have limited information. Now, every time I've ever known how much stamina Leo had, I'm able to just dive in there. I could use another example with Kingdom Hearts as well. When I was playing, my first time playing against Sephiroth, I was like a level 45 when I beat Sephiroth for the first time. And like, you're not even supposed to be able to beat him until you're like level 68, but whatever. I was level 45. And the only reason I beat him is because I knew that there was a momentary break between one of his attacks, and he was one hit. And I knew there was a momentary break between one of his attacks. So I threw arrow on me because I had Eroga, which was like the highest form of arrow. I threw that on me to protect me from his attack, and I just dove in and just hit him. And that was like when I was maybe 12 years old, and I was just like, man, if I wouldn't have known how much health he had, I wouldn't have been able to just dive in there. So that's one reason why I don't play ranked. But we out here, man. I'm Vulcan Ozdemir fighting against a Rampage Jackson. A nice pick from that guy. Comparative statistics, so nothing too hectic. This is copied off my PlayStation because I was watching. I don't listen to the game when I play. As you can tell, because I usually in my commentaries I talk the entire time I'm playing the game, so I don't listen to the game. You should, kind of, sort of. It doesn't matter to me. I don't need to listen to it to know fighting, to understand, you know, the fluidity of MMA striking. I don't need to listen to it to know what's going on. So I was just listening to some Twitch streams, I was listening to a Twitch stream on one screen, watching a YouTube video on another screen, and fighting these people in quick fights. You know, random levels. They could be good, they can be bad. Random levels. I played about an hour of the game, I guess, give or take, you know. So I'm out here, tap, sleep. Okay, he gone. Hold up, I'm gonna have to he gone. I'm gonna have to switch fights real quick because that fight ended right when I wanted to start the commentary to talk about just talk about a lot of things, man. I know y'all be coming to the channel to watch the gameplay. Y'all want to watch some technical, in-depth analysis, some strategic stuff. Really and truthfully, in this fight, the whole strategy was just to try to be like right outside of Rampage's range and make him miss, which is really hard to predict in this game. It's not like it's not impossible, but it's hard to tell just based on a lot of the different character model sizes and arm lengths and what attack they use and how much this attack moves forward or that attack moves forward. It's really hard to tell. And like some of these fights that I'm gonna show you, you're gonna see some things hit from some ranges that are just like, okay, buddy. Like I got hit by a head kick in one of my fights that I'm gonna show you. It hit me on the hand. So interesting stuff. But let me go ahead and toggle to the next fight. It's on my PlayStation. I'm going to back up real quick. You're going to see me do it because, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm just going to open it up on the PlayStation real quick. Capture gallery, you heard. Okay, so that was this fight, I want to say. Let's do this. We're going to do the short ones for this one. All right, we're going to go to this one. You know, so, yeah, in this fight, this is another middleweight fight. He picked Israel Adesanya. New character model, new character. Haven't really seen him in game. Haven't really played against him in game. Haven't really picked him in game. I honestly haven't played since the patch he went in. So take that with, use that for your information. Use that for whatever you want to do with it. That first fight was interesting. That Vulcan Ozdemir fight. So we go in here. I took a young pick of Christoph Yachto, however it's pronounced. I'm not fluent in 1,000 different languages. I am human. I am from Louisiana, so I can't say I'm the most cultured individual, but you know, I do have a background in speaking English primarily as my first language. So I should have learned French. Actually, I started learning French when I was young, like in the third. I think I took French from third grade to eighth grade. That just shows you how much information you retain as a kid. I don't remember anything about the language or anything about the fundamentals of the language. But we're out here, man. Look, Krzysztof Jokto's stats, not the greatest, not super high on the totem pole. He is a striker by trade. I don't really know what perks he has. I don't really know what I don't know anything about his stats because I don't look often and I don't memorize this stuff. I just kind of pick a person that if their overall is below 91 or 94, I'm probably going to pick them. You know, I mean, if they're a champion, you most likely won't see them on my channel unless I'm tryharding, which everybody, look, that trade right there was one of the reasons I don't play this game. He threw 2 uppercuts. I hit him with the uppercut as his first uppercut started, and then I tried to jab on the way out, but he threw an uppercut through my uppercut, then took the jab and landed an uppercut at the same time as my jab hit him. Even though he took the uppercut first, he won the trade, and I took the knockdown. It's like, okay, buddy, sure, you got hit with an uppercut and you just blitzed with 2 uppercuts. Let's calm down a minute. But he's Adesanya. He's got the 1-2-1-2 going. You know, the good old strategy from the beta. Everybody picked up and just kind of ran with it. Hit me with a 360 kick from elbow distance, which is incredible. The dexterity. He got rocked though, and he got hit with the 1-2 tap 1-2. Like I didn't just 1-2-1-2. I 1-2 break 1-2. That way I can get another strike. That way I can hopefully get the 2 to come through. That's usually how I do it. But he just ran at me with the berserker, just throwing the Day Vaporage, that Wolverine, you know, just running at me with that full hook combination, just big balling with all the technical proficiency of a player online. You know, the technical wizardry. You know, just 1-2-1-2, hook. You know, that just magical stuff, incredible capability and skill just being displayed right now. 1-2-1-2 on the hands again, big dogging 1-2-1-2. This character's got a pretty good accuracy, so it's a little hard to slip him. You can't really tell, but it was not easy to get anything to slip against this character because every 1-2 hit my hands or I slipped, and then the second strike would hit me, and it was just a cluster trying to like navigate that web. And that's another thing. Like there's so much going on statistically that if you go into a fight blind, you're basically going in just to test your metal, basically, because if you don't look at the stats and you don't know what you're trying to avoid, it kind of puts you in this weird situation where you don't know even your best practice for defense. But you know, he got a little reckless. He realized his stamina was so much lower than mine that it wasn't really a chance that he was going to weather it. He was being too active against my defensive approach, and you know, he eventually threw something that just wasn't going to hit and got hit with a head kick. He didn't even throw the moving one. He threw the stationary question mark kick. I guess he thought I was going to step into range, but I didn't. Like I'm very reluctant to step into range in this game because I don't know what will or won't hit. Like I've been hit with head kicks from like elbow distance because I'll jab from where I think I'm safe to jab, and I'll do the moving jab to try to close out on the kick, but the kick will hit me and I'll get rocked. And it's like, okay, buddy, I got rocked by a kick that you really, truthfully, your knee should have hit me. And I mean, I guess if your knee hit me, it would have been pretty devastating. But even from that distance, you're even closer than where a knee could get you, honestly. Once you get to the distance where you can land elbows in this game, you are way past the point where a knee would hit you in the head. So it's like, when I get hit with that, it's just an instant frustration. It's like, oh, okay. So apparently I can't do that. So let's not do that ever again. And that's kind of the approach we go there. But let's, I think I showed the stats in this one. I want to look at that. I want to see how many strikes landed, how many strikes were thrown, just to give you some sort of like barometer for how successful I was versus how successful he was. Just let's take a look because I don't really remember. I don't look at this stuff that often. So when I see it, it's kind of weird. So he landed 47 out of 124 strikes. It means he threw 124 strikes. That's a lot of strikes. And he landed 47. And his stamina was pretty bad off because of it. I landed 39 out of 75. I was picking my shots because Krzysztof Jokto isn't the fastest person in the world. So I was picking my shots. And it only took 1 stun and 1 knockdown, and he was out of there. So beautiful performance. Another thing, I don't remember it showing body health events, leg health events separated. So the last time I played the game, I think it just said health events, or it said stuns and wobbles and knockdowns. So, I mean, big ups on that. That's a big thing. Like, that shows you a lot. Like, you can use that for so much. Like, so much information can be explored through that. Like, if you win a fight by decision and you're like, man, I got knocked down 4 times. what did it? How did I win the fight? You know, you can be like, oh, well, look, I landed like 7 health events to the body, 3 to the head. I might have been not have been able to knock him down, but I was clearly hurting him more. So you kind of get more data there. That's kind of wonderful. That's actually nuts. So we did this fight, which was the Rampage fight. We saw this fight too. Let's see. Let's take a look at the first fight I played when I first got on. Like, if you can see there in sequential order. First fight, second fight, you know, blah, 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 blah. So this is the first fight on. Haven't played the game. Didn't go to practice mode. Didn't press no buttons. Just went straight to quick fight. Searched. Random search. Full queue. Random search. Whatever division, it happens. Whatever division, full search, random queue. We go on. First person we see is Zabit Magomed-Sharipov. I picked Cub Swanson. Once again, that sticking to that below, you know, that I guess rank they would be considered B or C level fighters. Because I don't see a point to playing a game to pick a champion fighter who's got a 99 overall or 97 overall. I just don't understand. I don't understand why that would be your only pick. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand that there's a statistical advantage to playing as those people, but I don't understand why a player who is like saying that they're good at the game is only playing with people like that, people of that level. I mean, I guess because you're fighting people at that level, but it's just ridiculous. From the top to the bottom, it's just ridiculous. There's like 500 players on this game. I want to see some of these models. I want to see some of these characters. I want to see some of these different styles. I kind of wanted to go to bantamweight because I wanted to see Sean O'Malley, but I searched several times and it never landed bantamweight. So I never got to play as Sean O'Malley because I never played with him before. So it would have been the first time touching him. It would have been the first time taking him online. Just the whole 9 yards, the whole big kit and caboodle. He throws a spinning hook kick right there, a spinning side kick. As I'm closing in the distance, hits me in the face. I try to close in there. I get close enough to where I should be able to land my jab, but I miss because the head kick hits me. And it's just, he's just day-day vaporizing, going crazy. Caught the clinch. I don't know what he was looking for. I tried to defend it. I missed. I don't really remember the clinch defenses because it's based on your leg position and it's based on what side his hand's on. So it's a lot of stuff to like read, to look at really quickly before someone transitions that first time. But if you know the positions, it's easier. I don't memorize that stuff because it's so, I don't know. It's so weird to me. I don't memorize it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. As I'm getting older, I have a harder time just like memorizing things that don't have, that are like varying and changing for no reason. Like, if the right hand moves, I feel like I should always defend on the right hand. If the left hand moves, I should always defend left. But it's not like that. It's like if the right hand moves from the left side, from the left stance, it's left, and if the left hand moves from the right side, it's, you know, it's some trickery going on there, some tomfoolery. But we out here, man. Look, he hit me with a body kick from close range. I don't even agree that kick should even be able to be thrown there. I wouldn't mind if it was a knee there, like Undisputed used to do a knee, but it was a really short knee and it didn't do a lot of damage. It was just kind of there as like just to kind of like create a little touch of space. It wasn't like crippling, but that body shot is just as effective from that range as it is from long range. I don't care what anybody says, it works. It even if it doesn't do as much damage, it stifles your next attack if it catches you mid swing. So it's effective. It has a purpose, and that purpose is very useful. There's a lot of utility. So we're out here, man. Magomed-Sharipov got a lot of moves in his moveset apparently. I think I've played since the beat came out. I haven't played as the beat because I don't really pick characters that are highly touted. That's not really my thing. So I don't really know what he has. I know that everybody was mad about his little takedown, but I never had a problem defending it because it looks like a clinch. So I always defended it as a clinch. And now I think you can defend it as a clinch and as a takedown. I think that was a patch note in one of the patches. So we out here. He never did it, though. This player never did it. Just forewarning. He never did it. And even if he did, it gets you to side control, blah, blah, blah. Side control is rough. It's a shitty position to be in, but a lot of the grappling is as well. So we're out here, man. Look, touch him up. I'm moving around, moving and shaking. He's tall, like I said. It's really hard. Like, if you remember my videos from when it first started, look, I tried to throw 2 punches. He just threw a jab straight, and I was just like, at the end of his jab, couldn't get nowhere near him. If you remember a lot of my old gameplays, though, in my old gameplays, I focus a lot on defense, making people miss, but it's gotten increasingly more difficult with the changes they made to defense and the changes they made to slipping and vulnerability. So it's increasingly more difficult to try to be defensive. So a lot of times I just fight in the pocket and just tunnel vision the pocket, headshots, only headshots. Sometimes I body shot, but it really just depends on who I'm playing as. Like playing as Cub Swanson, yeah, I might look for body punches more often than not because he has the body snatcher perk. If I'm playing as somebody like Nick Diaz, which I never do, but I'll use body snatcher with him as well. You know, if I'm playing as Leslie Smith, you know the body snatcher work coming. If I'm playing as Alexa Grasso, body snatcher punch working. And if you notice, all those fighters are below A level. They're all C and Bs. Like, as people I like to play with. I just like to play with the character. Like, I like I don't know, like a lot of games that have RPG elements, like things that stack and do other things, like they interest me. They make me want to like figure out the like extreme levels of how successful or how beneficial these things are. So like I like to create a player and then give him like level 4 body punches and level 5 body snatcher, and then create another player that's like a headhunter and give him only like the perk for what's the perk for heavy hands. Give him heavy hands and level 4 head hooks, and then make them two fight each other to see who like is more effective. I like doing stuff like that. Or I'll play as the body puncher and try to body punch versus the player who's got the hard standing hooks, and I'll try to avoid the hard standing hooks and try to body punch him. Or I'll even like stack the deck to where I have the body punch perk as well as the heavy hands perk to see if it doubles up and makes the body punches more effective. Like I like stuff like that. So I mean, every game that has like RPG elements, I'm always like invested in trying to figure out the extreme limits that those things work at, and like how effective and how successful they are. Look, he hit me with a head kick there as I tried to retreat. So like I play NBA Live too, and it's the same thing. There's like perks and trades and stats. I'll do stuff like that. Like caught him slipping the same way I caught Adesanya slipping. He threw a head kick. I timed him. Caught him trying to be wild, hit him with a head kick behind the head. I like doing stuff like that. If you go to my old videos, like when I was still playing the beta, my first few uploads, like my Darren Till video, you go to stuff like that, you can look out for stuff like that. Like I'll duck a head kick or slip a head kick and hit up somebody with a cartwheel kick or something crazy. Like that's like, I lull people into believing it's only boxing, and then I slip something, like they do something wild, I slip it, and I hit them with something like very punishing just to hurry up and get them out of there. Because like fighting games, like punishes are like key to fighting games. And I like being able to instantly punish something. And when I feel like there's too many variables stacked against the punish, it becomes kind of like cringy almost. You know, it's like, okay, you threw a 1-2, 1-2. You put me in block stun, and then you backed up, and I couldn't get to you fast enough. So when I try to walk up on you and hit you with a jab after your 1-2, 1-2, I come out of block stun. You have just enough time to walk back and then throw a jab, and that jab stops me. So it's like you had advantage going into that exchange. You had advantage coming out of that exchange. There was no opportunity for a punish. Stuff like that drives me up a wall, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot, and it's one of the things that makes it hard to play the game, is because I want to punish and I want to do things the way I had a series on the channel for a little while, like how to punish this, how to punish that, how to punish this strategy, you know, and I did a tips and tricks. Basically, my tips and tricks videos were basically how to punish this or how to incorporate this new thing into your strategy. And I focused a lot on just like punishes, because sometimes players are just so aggressive, and when there's so much going on, like there's elbows, knees, there's jabs and straights and hooks hit from the same range as jabs and straights. When there's so much going on, let's jump into the next fight before I finish this discussion. So we looked at the first two fights. We looked at the Adesanya fight. We're gonna look at the did I do the Jan Blachowicz fight yet? Did I show that? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and look at Blachowicz, because I'm pretty sure we did Adesanya. We did Rampage first, and we did the Adesanya fight, and then we jumped to the first fight, which was just the one we just showed, the Cub Swanson versus Zabit Magomedsharipov. So like I was saying, man, like, what the heck was I saying? Oh man, I don't even remember. I'm so old, bro. I'm so old. I don't even remember. But I was talking about, you know, like punishing and looking for opportunity to do things. And that's always been like my thing with fighting games. Like I always like favored defensive sides of fighting games. Like I'm never a bull in fighting games. Like I just don't like being a bull. I don't like running at you 1-2, 1-2, and then 1-2, 1-2, and then every time you try to rest, I step back 1-2, 1-2. Like even when I'm attacking and then defending. Like I'm never like just 1-2, stand in front of you, hook. Like I'm attacking and defending. Like I'll go 1-2, jump back, wait for you to throw something, jab to the body, and then come back up top with another punch. Like I'm always looking for attack, stop, attack, assess, defense, attack. Like that's my mindset. It's attack, stop, defense, attack. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. This is a weird one. I definitely didn't show this fight yet, but this is a weird fight. So I'm going to end this video on this fight, because I feel like the topic that I'm going to talk about for the other two fights is a different topic, so that I should probably, I mean, I've kind of touched on it in this one, like people picking champions. I've kind of touched on that, but the next video will be more so about how to play against someone who's playing as a champion, and things to look for and things to not look for. So look out for that. I mean, it's not going to be long behind this video. Like this one's probably going to take no time to edit. Literally, I'm just going to listen to it to make sure it's audible, make sure the speech is audible, make sure the gameplay is not overshadowing the voices. And if it is, I'm going to have to do some like external editing. But other than that, it's just going to be me uploading this straight from the creation process. So once this is done being created, it's going to be uploaded and you'll have it. and you'll be able to react to it and engage with it the way you guys engage with it. I've had a lot of success with the community, a lot of people who really understand where I'm coming from and really like listen to my message and listen to the things I talk about. And for those people, I've always been super appreciative to. And then there's a lot of people who come into my channel and say dumb stuff like, oh, you're stuck at the game or you're trash. Or it's like, okay, buddy, if I'm trash, everybody's trash. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be beating people if I was trash. I wouldn't be doing well in the game if I was trash. Like, it's okay, buddy. Okay. And if being trash at the game means something to you, I mean, okay, it doesn't to me. To me, it's just me playing a game. If I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. If I'm not, I'm not. It doesn't matter if I'm the best in the world at something. It doesn't matter if I'm the worst in the world at something. I do like to be at the top of the heap, or I like to be good at stuff. I don't like to necessarily be the best, but I like to understand things and be good at them. So. And that's kind of always been my thing. I like to learn new things and understand them. As you can tell with Jan Blachowicz, though, I hit him with he went for a clinch, and I hit him with the uppercut hook, which is everybody's signature thing. Everybody loves it because it works. If you're inside fighting, that's the way you inside fight. You look for shots that come up the middle, shots that come around. Like jabs from inside fighting range don't make sense. Straights from inside fighting range don't make sense. It's all about the short stuff, and that's how I feel about inside fighting. It's all short stuff. It's high low, it's body, it's head. It's a lot of inside boxing happens with most guys like making contact, like your shoulders are already touching. So everything you sneak in is just like little things that you snuck past the block, or you snuck off the center line to hit him in the body. Like inside boxing, inside fighting is super close, and it's super tough to be good at inside fighting. And in this game, the inside fighting is very stunted. It's very limited because the uppercut is like the go-to punch. It like literally it cancels everything. It punishes everything. Like the uppercut is the insta punish to everything. As long as you see the stuff coming, like if you think, say you're fighting a Nick Diaz, you can guarantee that if he is close enough to land body hooks, he's going to throw at least 3 in a combination. So you just know that if you get close enough to Nick Diaz, look for the uppercut because he's going to throw 3 punches and the uppercut's going to stop one of them. So you just kind of know to look for it. And if you're fighting the person who's like mixing it up real well, it's really hard to time the uppercut, but it wasn't against him. I saw him shoot for a takedown. I saw him fake a takedown. I saw him fake a clinch. I just knew that at some point he was going to shoot for a takedown or a clinch or something low. Like he was looking to he didn't know what to do with the striking, so he was looking to go low. So when I knew he was looking to go low, I just insta uppercut it because that's just like the go-to. That's the go-to fix. Like the defense for everything on the inside that's lower than head level is the uppercut, and which is in some situations is perfect. Like when somebody shoots for a takedown, okay, that's absolutely perfect. But when somebody steps off the center line, throws a hook to the body, and the uppercut cancels it, I'm a little on the fence. I'm a little like, oh, I don't know about that one. I don't know. Somebody throws a body jab and gets hit with an uppercut. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit weird, but hey, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But as you can tell, I'm just like trying to like get my footing, stay balanced. He keeps going low, so I keep hitting him with the uppercut because I see it coming. Like every time he moves, I know he's either gonna go low or he's gonna throw one of the like far side hooks, and like he pretty much always throw far side hook, goes low for a takedown or looks for some sort of body punch. So at this point, I've already got the read. I know he doesn't want to strike anymore. He only wants to clinch. He only wants to grapple. I don't know why he's not doing any better in the grappling. As you can tell, I actually defended something. I didn't defend that because I pressed right because I thought he was gonna try to. I don't know why I thought he was gonna go behind me. A lot of times in this game with my defense on the ground and my defense in grappling, it's because I pre-defend and I don't analyze the situation as it's actually happening because I know it's so hard to like time faster grapplers exchanges. So when like people like Khabib go to transition, I know that it's a split second and I have a limited amount of time. So I have to kind of make up my mind what I think they're going to do before they do it and do it when I see them move, because I won't be able to see it, react to it, and then defend it. It's just kind of like something I know about the game. So I just know that that's how that works. So a lot of times I'll pre-defend or pre-transition. So people will pass my guard because I've already decided that he wants to pass my guard to the side control side, but some guys will pass your guard to the far side and they'll go half guard instead of side control. And it's just like, your character could have went side control because I saw you do the like transition that like lift the legs. I denied that, and then they'll go half guard, and I'm just like, why would you go half guard when you already have grapple advantage? You should be going to the side control side. So like my mind will process the situation and think, okay, he's gonna do this because that's the better thing to do, and they do the opposite. So I'm just like, oh, okay, buddy, like what? All right. He kept going low. I mean, it was only a matter of time before that uppercut caught him again, because every time he can't find me, he goes for a takedown or he goes for a clinch, and he's not doing particularly well in the clinches or the takedown exchanges. So it's weird to me that that's what he's looking for. He's even reaching for the clinch there. And you know, it's kind of weird. So just for analytical state, he throws a hook there. It looks good. I time him with that. I saw him coming for the clinch. I slipped my head out to the center line, which I've loved that punch as the game come out, slipping your head off and hitting with the straight. It sucks that hooks will hit you from that same distance, so it's very prone to being hooked, and it's prone to being uppercut on the far side. Like if you slip and you're trying, well, actually the lead side. So like if you lead side slip and they throw a lead uppercut, it might hit when you go to throw the straight punch. It won't hit if they throw it in time to the head slip, but it'll hit if they throw it when the punch comes out. So it's kind of vulnerable, and it sucks because in reality, your arms are longer when they're straighter than they are when they're curved, obviously. And hooks will hit you from the same distance that jabs and straights will hit you from. So you have to be wary of that. And I just feel like that's like something that shouldn't even be a thing. Like it's not a thing in Fight Night. In Fight Night, you have to be either jumping from jab distance with a hook to land with a hook, or you have to be within the distance that the jabs are no longer strong from to land hooks and uppercuts. And that feels more natural. That feels more realistic to me, because that's just what it feels like in real life. Like if I jab you and I know you have short arms and you can't jab me back, and I know you need to land a hook, I'm going to just jab you and hit you with straight punches to keep you at the distance of my fist. That way you can never land a hook or land an uppercut. That's just kind of how that's just like logic. I mean, it just makes sense. It makes sense. And that's not true in this game. That's absolutely not true. Hooks will hit you from the same distance as jabs and straights. So a lot of guys will opt to throw hooks when they see jabs and straights. And especially that slipping straight. And apparently, I don't know what it was. Something about the first round just gave this guy the impression that he wasn't going to win. So he just basically stopped playing, gave up, was like, screw it, just knock me out. It's a quick fight, so it's not weird that he basically rage quit. Maybe he had to pee. Maybe his controller died. I don't know. I gave him a split second, hit him with a combination. And then I was just like, I'm not going to sit here and wait for you, and I'm not going to wait for it to disconnect. So I'm gonna get you out of here, man. And so that's what I did, man. But like I was saying, like this video was more just to get you back into where my mind is, let you know what I've been doing, what I've been up to, my feelings on the game, why I haven't played, why you haven't seen too much content, and when you see content, what to expect from it. Expect me to try to like upload as many times as I can in a month. You know, I'm not gonna be able to commit to a full upload schedule, especially for a game I don't often play. Like when I am done making these videos, I'm gonna play a game that I want to play, and I'm gonna play it for a long time, and I'm gonna enjoy that gameplay regardless of how successful or not successful, like how good or not good I am at the game, because the game is fun and engaging to me. So I will engage and have fun with the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily not having fun with UFC. It's just less engaging to me because the amount of things I like about it don't outweigh the amount of things I dislike about it. So I mean, do you eat foods that you don't like just because someone wants you to, or just because your channel is more so sculpted in that direction? You don't. And I'm not going to bring people half-hearted content. I'm not going to lie to you and show you just make content just to make content. I'm going to make content when the content is, when there's a place for the content. You know, when there's a topic or a discussion or something I want to bring you. And that's always been my thing. I've always wanted to bring you content that I enjoy making and that you enjoy watching, because that's the best content I can bring you. If I'm not in the mood to make content, I can't make content. I'm not the type of person who could be like, oh man, I really don't feel like playing a video game today. Well, let me jump on UFC and make some content because I know my channel needs content. And yeah, that's not going to be me. That ain't never going to be me. It ain't never was me. It's always been like, I caught this knockout. I want people to see it. This was fun. This was an engaging fight. You got to see some different things. You got to see some different looks. Or like, I haven't played this in a really long time. I want people to see where I'm at skill-wise in a game I haven't played in a long time. Or I know my people want to hear from me, so let me go ahead and talk some points out. Or I'll bring you content like, hey, this thing just happened in the real world of MMA. I want to talk about it. I wanted to vent it out there to see how other people were feeling about it. You know, so things like that will draw me out of my, you know, slumber. And this particular video, like I caught these fights and I was like, maybe I'll catch some fights. I'll record them on my PlayStation. If I like anything that happened in them, I want to show them to my audience. And it just so happened it was the case. Like that Rampage Jackson fight was some in-tight, nose-gritting, uppercutting mess. Like I thought for sure that Rampage Jackson fight was like, man, Rampage got some power and this guy wants to fight in the pocket. And then eventually he just kind of like divulged and his, you know, what his strategy kind of like, he got beside himself and I had to put him to sleep. you know, so that's what it is. But the next video will be a little more about the topic that we kind of touch in the middle of this video. It's a long video. It's about 30 minutes. Not to stretch the video for YouTube. It's just a long video because it's a long gameplay. I mean, I don't know, bro. I had fun making the video. I had fun talking over the fights. I had fun going through the different parts of my mind that probably don't get expressed that often and that you don't get to hear that often because I don't make content that often anymore. So it's always good for me to be able to just clear the deck and give you everything that I've been thinking and everything that's been going on my mind at one time. And I know that there's a lot of people who probably won't listen to everything I say, but there's a lot of people that will. And the people that will, I respect you guys because you sit through a lot of mess with me. So appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate anybody who likes the video, anybody who subscribes to the channel, anybody who's still waiting on content, because I know that the content doesn't come that often, and it's truly my fault that it doesn't, because I just don't, for one, don't have time, two, don't like to spend time on something that I don't feel is a worthy time sink. And I don't have the time to like grind this game and train it and get my muscle memory and keep doing the right things. Like I don't have time to do that, do everything I need to do around my house, do everything I need to do in my life, and then do that in other games, and it doesn't work out. So it is what it is. You'll catch this gameplay when I have it, and hopefully that's enough. You know, I mean, if you want to see different games and different gameplays, show love on the ones that are up on the channel. If you show love on the ones that are up on the channel, that's going to encourage me to make different stuff so you have different stuff. But when I do polls on my channel, like I did a couple days ago, people wanted UFC. When I did polls what they wanted to see online gameplay. I'm sure if I did another poll saying you want to see quick fights or ranked, they're going to be like, I want to see that ranked action. And it's mostly just people who want to see me perform because they like to see me perform, or it's people who want to see me fail because they don't think that I'm good at the game. So honestly, it is what it is. If you know me, you know I don't really care one way or the other. So until next time, from Brown the Apex Gamer, the next time will be soon, because it's going to be my video to talk about what to do when you see that champion and as the pick, and you know that there's a lot of things that they have over you that you don't have over them. What to do, what not to do. Watch me make mistakes and come and correct those mistakes as the fight goes on. So see you soon. That video's coming almost immediately after this one. If I don't drop them day to day, I might drop them today, both today, just so you get them both, because I feel like you should get them both. It's gonna take a second because I gotta make thumbnails, because I'm not like a graphic designer. I have to like make a thumbnail that's like cute enough for the video. You know what I'm saying? Got to draw that interest. You know, got to get him a little thumbnail that way people are like, dang, this video actually might be lit. Look how cool that thumbnail is. You know what I'm saying? Like, because most people want to, there's two things that make people watch your videos on YouTube. I don't know if anybody tell you, but if you have a pretty enough thumbnail that catches their eye right off the rip, they're like, dang, that looks beast. This might be a good gameplay. Or you have a high ranking on ranked. Oh, #1 ranked player online. This guy's got to be good at the game. Like, people will watch your content for that. They won't watch your content to be like, this dude's actually cool. I mess with his ideas. I like the way he speaks. I like the way he talks about himself, the way he's self-deprecating. You know, they won't be like, I like the person. Off the rip, first hit, they go see the thumbnail and be like, that's a fire thumbnail. I want to see what this video hitting for. Or you put some shit like #1 ranked player in your thing, or going for the top spot, and they'll be like, oh snap, he about to go fight some real hitters. He a real dog. He about to fight the real ones, and that people will click your video because of that. So that ain't me. That ain't gonna be me. So the thumbnail part I'm gonna try to do, just because I like my thumbnails to be. I like to go back and look at my channel and be like, man, I did what I could do there. I was working hard there. I was attempting to make that look good. I wasn't just throwing video up there just so like, hey, you wanted a video, so I'm going to give you some half-hearted, half-assed video. Here you go, dog. Bop. That's not me. That's not me. And I ain't going to use nothing to cloud up on you neither. That ain't me either. So until next time, which is going to be soon, see you soon. Bye now.